Today we will take a look at the best Huawei phones for this year. If you want to find more information, check out links down below. 5. Huawei Mate 40 Pro. The Huawei Mate 40 Pro is one of the best phones around in terms of hardware. Its cameras take incredible pictures, its screen looks great, and it feels wonderful in the hand thanks to its curved display and slender build. The Huawei Mate 40 Pro feels great in the hand, its glass back and glass screen sandwiching an aluminium frame. The dimensions are 162.9 by 75.5 x 9.1 mm and it weighs 212 grams, and while those measurements make it seem pretty big, for a phone of its screen size, the Mate 40 Pro doesn't feel overly huge. The curved edge display, which helps the phone fit snugly in your palm, adds to this impression. This phone is available in black, green, yellow, silver and white. The Huawei Mate 40 Pro display looks pretty great, though the paucity of streaming service apps means that opportunities for annoying it are somewhat limited. The Huawei Mate 40 Pro has two cameras, with a 13-megapixels f2.4 ultra-wide snapper joined by a time-of-flight TOF sensor for improved depth sensing. Selfies look good, as they're pretty bold in terms of color, and we liked having the ability to adjust our framing thanks to the use of an ultra-wide lens, as you can zoom in or out to a limited degree. 4. Huawei P50 Pro. Huawei is no stranger to releasing good-looking and premium-feeling phones, and the P50 Pro looks sleek and stylish, and sits well in the hand. Measuring 158.8 by 72.8 mm and weighing 195 grams, the P50 Pro is neither too big nor too heavy. The Huawei P50 Pro is available in 4 colors: golden black, pearl white, charm pink and cocoa gold. The primary wide camera has a 50 megapixels sensor, and this is teamed with a 64 megapixels periscope telephoto lens capable of 3.5x optical zoom, a 13 megapixels ultra-wide lens, and a 40 megapixels monochrome sensor. The P50 Pro is powered by a 4360 mAh battery, which is somewhat on the small side considering the phone's 8.5 mm thickness. With the phone not supporting 5G, the battery capacity and endurance are adequate for a full day of moderate use. This translates to around 6 to 7 hours of screen on time before you need to charge up your phone. If you're a heavy user who's constantly online, using the GPS and taking pictures and videos, screen on time may dip below 6 hours, and a recharge might be necessary before the end of the day. 3. Huawei P30. The Huawei P30 is the very definition of a mid-sized phone, at 149.1 by 71.4 by 7.6 mm, and with a weight of 165 grams. The back and front of the phone are covered in Corning Gorilla Glass, which together with the rounded edges and sleek design give the P30 a premium feel. The bottom of the device houses the USB-C and 3.5 mm headphone ports, and on the right side is the volume rocker and power button. The Huawei P30 has a sizable 3650 mAh battery pack, which was enough to get through a day of moderate to heavy use with a healthy amount left in reserve. The big selling point of the Huawei P30 is the camera. That's likely why you're considering buying the phone, and it's what Huawei talked about the most at the launch. The 3-camera setup the P30 boasts is impressive enough, but the range of photographic effects and tools on offer here are what cement the phone's dominance. The front-facing camera boasts a whopping 32 megapixels sensor, and took selfies that would still be packed with detail even when blown up to poster sizes. Pictures taken with this camera looked amazing, and far more natural in terms of both colors and background blur than shot from rival phones. 2. Huawei Mate 20 Pro. The Mate 20 Pro collects all 3 of its rear-facing cameras and its flash in a slightly raised block on the phone's backside. With the rear fingerprint sensor gone, this gives the phone a clean, semi-symmetrical look that's better in person than in pictures. There's no getting over how long and thin this phone is. The Mate 20 Pro dimensions are still several millimeters smaller than beastly flagship phones like the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, but it is one of the larger phones on the market. The phone itself comes in 5 colors: black, a cream-colored pink gold and the signature Huawei blue fading to purple twilight. The last 2 are emerald green and midnight blue. The Mate 20 Pro has a gigantic 4200 mAh battery, and you can probably guess how this section will go. Through our testing, it lasted through continuous media, browsing, location and audio crunch, though watching streaming video took decent bites out of its charge. 1. Huawei P30 Pro. Huawei has stripped back the bezels above and below the screen to the bare minimum, reducing the size of the notch at the top of the display to just what's required to house the front camera, while at the bottom the fingerprint scanner is embedded in the display, allowing the screen to extend further to the base of the handset. Setting up fingerprints on the scanner is a little time-consuming, with a number of scans required for each digit you register. Once set up though, the scanner works with great accuracy and speed. The overall aesthetic is one of premium styling, and as well as looking good, it feels classy in the hand. The Huawei P30 Pro measures 158 by 73.4 by 8.4 mm, making it thicker than both the Galaxy S10 Plus and iPhone XS Max, but it feels thinner and narrower than you might expect thanks to the curved edges of the screen and the curved rear glass. The Huawei P30 Pro packs a sizable 6.47-inch OLED display with a 1080x2340 resolution, 19.5:9 aspect ratio and 398 pixels per inch pixel density. It produces bright, clear and colorful imagery and text, which makes for an enjoyable viewing experience, although it isn't the best display on the market.